It was exhilarating. It was exhilarating. It was energetic. And if they weren't exhilarated by this challenge to the monopoly of violence, by this shifting of the balance of power, then they would not be you and I was exhilarated.
That's such an important clip. There's so much insight there. I want to go to the great Professor William Jacobson, Cornell University law professor, founder of Legal Insurrection. By the way, that gentleman right there is a Cornell University history professor. Professor Jacobson, how are you, sir?
Good, thanks for having me on.
Mostly want to talk about Donald Trump in this segment and his gag order and stuff like that. But I got to ask you about your colleague there from Cornell. What do you make of that?
Well, this is nothing new from him. Okay, so we've known about these sort of antics of his. I've covered it at my website. There's other video. But he's really a symptom, not the problem. I mean, he is a problem in his own sense, but he's really a symptom of a deeper rot that's taken place at Cornell and elsewhere, maybe worse elsewhere than at Cornell. This sort of revolutionary chic sort of thing where people who haven't really accomplished or fought anything in their life or gung-ho on fighting and, raids and killing and all that sort of stuff. It's just a really toxic sort of ideology. It captures a portion of the campus. Some students really like it. I think most of the people in that crowd are students, although not all of them, because that didn't take place on campus. It took place downtown in Ithaca. But, there's a percentage of students, the ones who wear the Che Guevara shirts around and the Mao shirts around, who don't really understand it, who fall in for these professors who kind of egg them on. So that's the deeper problem. But yeah, it's kind of vile, the things that he said.
My radio show, we went into detail about that, about why knee-jerk, particularly young people, support Palestine over Israel. And I made the argument that the worldview of many people today is oppressor versus oppressed, right? We all know this. And Israel, by default, is the oppressor, and Palestine is the oppressed. And you heard in that clip that guy say, oh, I was so exhilarated because we had a shift in the balance of power, right? We had finally breaking through a liberation of the oppressed against the oppressor. So I found that to be an insightful clip from that gentleman on that point right there.
Ignoring the fact that hundreds of people were killed in that exhilarating moment, hundreds of women were raped, children were tortured and butchered, babies were kidnapped. None of that seemed to matter. It's his personal feeling, somebody who's never, again, accomplished anything in his life, of revolutionary struggle from the safety of Ithaca, New York, and completely different of what it means in the real world. And it's a really sickening sort of ideology. But like I said, we've seen it again with the students who glorify Mao, despite him killing tens, maybe hundreds of millions of people. So it's really sad.
Do you ever run into that guy on campus? Cornell's not that big.
No, I've never run into him, and I did see him at a rally once, and I posted the video. He turns everything into free Palestine. So no matter what the event is, as soon as he gets the microphone, it's free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. The guy's obsessed. I mean, you have to wonder why somebody like this is so obsessed. And I think it is a racial sort of thing. He fits Israel into the white oppressor category. He fits, obviously, Jews into the white oppressor category. And that's part of the ideology. I mean, that's fundamentally what intersectionality is and what critical race theory is. And that's how he is how it plays itself out on campus. And that's why I say he's a symptom of the problem. He is not the problem.